Hey, I'm playing Crash Bandicoot 2 N-Tranced for the Game Boy Advance. I got my SP right here, and I've got wakeboards all around me because this time Crash Bandicoot is a wakeboard nut. He's boarding through all kinds of really cool water levels in this one, but that's just the start of this game. Of course, you got the Crash style running and jumping, side-scrolling stuff, but there's all kinds of fun stuff in this game. Lots of really original levels. The guys at Vicarious Visions also did the Tony Hawk games, and what they've done is they put Crash into this really cool Marble Madness style level, and he rolls around and has to knock over all the crates and get to the end on time without falling off the ledge. Nice stuff there. He's got a cool helipack thing that he can put on and get through levels that way. Sometimes you'll play as Coco, and she'll be flying through space in sort of like this Tempest style into the screen type action. You also get to play as Crunch, the sort of big Bandicoot guy, and he gets to roll around in a ball as well, which is kind of crazy fun. And one of my favorite things in the game is when Crash actually jumps onto a magic carpet and it is flying through the air and shooting things at bad guys, sort of like a scramble or defender type level. Lots of fun in this game, lots of original gameplay, cool bosses. One of the best bosses in the game is actually when you run into a fake Crash Bandicoot and he mirrors all of your moves exactly. Very cool stuff. Constantly surprised. It's also one of the best looking and best sounding Game Boy Advance games you can pick up. Perfect for the SP. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Great stuff. All right, we're back, and we're going to talk now about the king of Route 66. It's a brand new trucking game from Sega and AM2 for the PlayStation 2. What'd you think, man?
I don't know about calling this king of Route 66. I should call this the Joker of Route 66.
Right, yes.
This is a game that takes a step backwards in the franchise. Do you remember the game 18-Wheeler Pro Trucker? We reviewed it.
Yeah, it had a really long title.
That was good.
Eh.
I mean, it was great, but it was okay.
It was okay.
This
is not okay.
Is not okay.
No, it's not okay. It's a very weak arcade port. It's pretty much the same style of gameplay.
I would have more fun playing with this.
It's almost the same quality as this rag here.
It's a dirty rag.
Right, that's right.
You want to hold that for me?
No, I don't.
You sure?
Did you want to eat that? Oh, that's gross. Okay. Basically, what you're doing in this thing is you're racing trucks, and you're trying to just smash through everything to get to the finish line. I mean, all this thing is, it's just a complete rehash of what you saw in the arcade, except you don't get the big steering wheel, right? Because that was the only big fun part about the arcade.
They added a turbo button.
They did add a turbo button. They added a few extra modes. Now, the king of Route 66...
Packin' turbo. Yeah.
The king of Route 66 part of the game is basically running from one end of the country to the other, and you got rival truckers, and everybody's getting nasty and beating up on each other kind of thing, and you try to get to the finish line quicker.
You have a couple of different ways to play the game. You can be the king of Route 66 challenge,
right?
Or, like Vic plays, the queen of Route 66 challenge. The AI, the artificial intelligence building up to the levels is so...
bad. Bad.
It's so structured.
It's cheap. It's just all about memorization. You're just always just figuring out exactly what route to take, and you got to stay basically on that track.
The computer-controlled characters do the exact same thing every single time. You can't even smash them to get them out of the way. I mean, they stay on the track. The later levels are impossible to beat. It is so tedious and ridiculous.
Very frustrating.
You just want to throw the controller down in frustration. They couldn't even
sort of come up to the table with a nice bunch of mini games, which you expect from Sega, right? I mean, the tennis game that they put out, the Crazy Taxi, those games have awesome little mini games.
Don't forget Super Monkey Ball.
Super Monkey Ball, that has amazing mini games. This is just really weak, regurgitated stuff that you've seen done better in Crazy Taxi.
Oh no! That's terrible!
I did enjoy jumping in these big trucks. That's kind of fun. You don't do that all the time.
Here we go!
You also get to plow through buildings and do these rooftop things. That stuff's all kind of fun. But it's such a limited experience. It's not even going to entertain you for a weekend. I mean, that's how poor this game is. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 4.
Yikes.
On the positive side, side, if you're really into trucking, this is pretty much your only choice.
On the negative side, the courses are too short, the mini games are weak, the artificial intelligence is incredibly cheap, and worst of all, this game is overpriced for the experience it delivers. All right, let's cheer ourselves up here a little bit from the king of Route 66 and talk about something that might be actually useful for game players. This is called the Gamepak. It's from Lasr.
Now, when you told me we were reviewing a laser backpack thing,
yeah,
I was expecting, like, you know, some laser tag action, maybe some red and blue lights flying out over my back.
A little Tron deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening. But
no, Lasr's the name of the company.
But this is a backpack.
It is a backpack, and the thing that makes this different from every other backpack, like your Hello Kitty backpack that you have at home,
yes,
is all of the different little slots that it's got inside. So you can actually put all of your discs into little sleeves.
Right.
You've got little pockets for controllers. You've got all the little the spaces for memory cards and all the wires and doodads that you need to bring along. Each one of them has a little sleeve that you can slide in the system so it's secure, it's padded, and it won't slide around.
God forbid you have to carry your Xbox anywhere to begin with, right?
I have to do
I mean, it's like you gotta look, and you're in the, and you're
true.
at Yosemite, and you're going up the mountains. Look, when you go backpacking,
don't play your Xbox at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. You have to bring a generator. Then you need the generator backpack.
The generator.
You gotta carry that around with you. And then you go like this.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna recommend the Lasr Gamepaks? Do you like them?
Well, this, you know, the stuff fits in it, so sure. If you want a backpack, go for it.
We got a backpack for you.
Love it.
I'm gonna recommend it too. On the positive side, these backpacks come with all kinds of little extra pockets to stick all the doodads in. There's lots of good padding inside the backpack, so your equipment will be protected. And the backpacks are ruggedly constructed. They're going to handle some abuse. All right, well, stick around. We're going to be right back with a look at Rayman 3.